Joe, we're entering the second week with these guys in this camp. Just how you've seen the offense progress as you open up camp and get ready for September 3rd.
It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. You know, it was your normal mistakes. You know, it's anytime you're installing and you're working with young players and even older players, you'll lose a lot over the summer between spring and between fall camp. The retention has been good for the most part, but it's just a new deal. I mean, you start all over again, and it's a process. You know, it's a building foundation of, you know, day 1 to day 2 to day 3 to install, and everything from assignments, technique, calls, alerts, and also what you're doing it against. Different defenses, and Coach Gibson and those guys are showing us and how they're improving on that part.
You look at the relationship that you've got with Ron Crook and how you guys split up that offensive line. How has that worked out, and how do you think that it has benefited that group going into the season?
It's been a lot of fun. It really has. I've learned a lot, you know, and like I said this before, anytime you're a secondary coach and you got one guy watching the corners and one guy coaching the safeties or receivers, one guy coaching the inside receiver on the outside, anytime you have two sets of eyes, you're going to be more thorough. You're going to have more opportunities to answer questions and to get things right, and to and again just have more eyes, more experience, and it's a hand-in-hand deal. We talk all the time about what we want to get done, and he makes the plan through Coach Holgerson and the staff, and we kind of work together on it.
Well, what you've seen from Yadney and from Marcel and maybe even Colton McKivitz in there, the tackle position, how that's coming along.
I tell you what, I'm impressed with the whole offensive line as a whole. They're all, of course, they're experienced and they're good guys, and they're strong and quick, but as a group, they've done a really nice job. There's a good chemistry there. There's a unity there. They take it serious, they take it personal, and they go about their business the way you want the guys to go about their business. From a tackle edge perspective, I think that we have 4 guys that are getting better as days go on. Right now, as the starters, you know, you have Marcel, and he's doing a nice job and getting better at what he does and bringing his game forward. We've worked on a few things on him, and he's adjusting and buying in, and because of that, he's staying on blocks more and he's getting in front of people. Obviously, Yadney is the same guy. He's a talented guy. He's young. He's green. He had some injuries last year, but he's got a big upside. And again, I've said this, the truest form to both him and Marcel is they're very willing guys. They understand what they want, where they want to be, and they accept the challenge, and they take coaching well. And he's coming along well, holding down that left side tackle. And then, of course, behind them, you got number 53 and Colton, and I think he's going to be a really good one. I think that in time, he could be considered a starting tackle. Now, whether that's right, whether that's left, whatever Coach Crook and we all talk about, but he's a guy that could help us either as a starter, a right, or a left, and he's continued to, but still very young, and but has a lot of ability. And Sylvester Towns has gotten better. He's been kind of, you know, he's been sitting back and not playing a bunch and doing a bunch, but it's his last year, and he feels that, and he's getting better. He's inching forward every day, and he's doing some things we never thought he could do. And I think it's because the other tackles are working with him, the other linemen are working with Sylvester, and we think he's going to be a good fit for us, you know, in that 2 deep.
We do some of the truly top shelf lines. What's the makeup of that? And what do they have in common with each other that makes them so effective and so good?
Probably the attributes that you really want, that I've always seen in the top-notch units. The first thing is chemistry. You know, all 5 guys get it. They all understand what's expected of them on every play and every practice. And the next thing is they're tougher than hell. I mean, they're not 6'9", but they're really physically and mentally tough. They enjoy it. They love it. You could say we have 8 quarters of football today, and they're going to say add 4 more. They don't care, and that's not everywhere. And I think obviously the big thing is you got talented guys. I mean, they're tall, longs, but the first two things is they got to play together. The second thing is they got to be mentally tough, and then obviously they got to be talented at the ball.